What up? What up? What up? Ring, ring. Change the signs. Long division, synthetic division. So we're actually looking at multiplicities and behavior right now. So basically, I'm just going to run through some of these Canvas questions to help you know how to plug them into the format, as well as what the heck's going on with this assignment, right? Because we couldn't really give out a bunch of guided notes. You had to print them off at home. A lot of people didn't. So let's just kind of go through and explain it. So first of all, the leading term. So usually the problems we give you are in factored form, right? Factored. So for example, this one will be in factored form. There we go. And wow. So x squared minus x minus 5. Wow. Sorry, just trying to get my pen to be smaller. Okay, so factored form. What up? Come on in. The video, immortalized. So x times x is x squared. And then factors of 20 is 4 and 5, 4 and 5. Of course, the negative will go with the bigger number. Nice. So basically, there's our factored form. So usually we'll give you this problem in factored form. This one was already multiplied out for you. So the leading term is where you multiply those together. So x times x is x squared. How's it going? So just doing a video, immortalize you. We got Anda and Cam in the house. So x times x is x squared. That's the leading term. Make sure that you use that little caret symbol. And so again, you're going to have to type it in like this. And so x squared is represented by that. There you go. And then the zeros, that's this guy, so that's the leading term. The zeros is just going to come from these two factors. And so you just set each of them equal to 0. And so we'll add 5 to both sides. So we'll get setting equal to 0. So we'll go ahead and get a 5. And then minus 4 to both sides. And we'll get a negative 4. Okay, so you'll choose your answer. You'll either see a negative 5 or a 4. I'm trying to remember which one it is for this first one. I think it's a negative 4. And then multiplicity is just the powers in front of the parentheses. So this has an invisible 1 and invisible 1. So our two multiplicities are going to be 1 and 1. And then the other 0 that you'll drop down and pull down and get is just the 5. So negative 4 and positive 5. Nice. Now the original problem had an x squared, and it's a positive x squared. So that means with our end behavior, positive x squared, that means that when you go to graph this sucker, it's going to be something like this, right? Pointing upwards, pointing upwards. And awesome. And so that means the end behavior as x goes to the left, as x goes to negative infinity, right? That just means going to the left, negative infinity. What is y doing? And so y is going upwards towards positive infinity. So as x goes to the left, negative infinity, y goes to positive infinity. Now as x goes to the right, which we will denote, as it goes to the right, as x goes to the right, we'll denote by positive infinity. What the heck is y doing on the x-axis? Well, in this case, it's going upwards. So that means y will then go upwards to positive infinity, right? Positive infinity. So as x goes to the right, positive infinity, y goes to positive infinity. So both of them are going to positive infinity as x goes to the left and the right. Now your options might switch around. I think on the settings we have it set up that these answers will switch around. Maybe it's the first two or maybe the middle two. So just kind of look for your answer there. Nice. So here's ones where they're already factored out, right? So the leading term, you will have to multiply that through, right? X times x, which is x to the third power. So it's going to be like that for your answer. And then your zeros, again, just come from these there, from each of those parentheses. But again, it's opposite, right? It's going to be opposite. opposite what's inside the parentheses. So if this is a negative one, that means that we're going to have a positive one. I think you get to do the drop-down menu and choose. Let me double check here. Let's see here. So I think the one we're looking at is right here. Nice. So for example, question number 2 that we're looking at, yeah, so that first drop-down 0 is going to be a 1. And then the next one will be a -2, and then the next one will be a 3 is how it's ordered there. So you'll see when you hit the drop-down menu. So that'll be a 1, this other 0 will be a -2, and then the last 0, which looks like a -3, is actually going to be a +3. Remember, it's opposite sign, opposite sign. So be careful choosing that one. And then all 3 of these just have to the first power, to the first power, to the first power. So multiplicity of 1, multiplicity of 1, multiplicity of 1. Nice. So then what does x to the third power look like when we're talking about end behavior? Well, let's take a look at it graphically. So that's x to the third power. And so it looks like that. Nice. Like John Travolta. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. Right? So that's going up like that. So if you think about what's going on there, looking at our end behavior now, right? So this arrow is going up, and this arrow is going down. And so as we go to the left, right, so that's the word left, which is denoted by as x goes to -infinity. So as x goes to -infinity, what's going on? Well, it's actually going down for x cubed, right? They're opposite directions. So that means that as x goes left, -infinity, y is going to go down to -infinity. So that'll be that one, or especially if that's not the right check mark in the right place for your assignment, just look for that one. And then as x goes to the right, +infinity, y goes to +infinity. Okay, I think you guys are kind of getting it, right? Kind of getting it. This one is definitely a more intense one that got updated this year. Crazy, crazy. So you're actually going to have to take these now, and you're actually going to have to set them equal to 0 and solve for them, right? Because you're actually going to get, or you could factor it. So you're actually going to get 2 separate answers for that. What does this factor into? It factors into x -4 as well as x +4. Nice. So that means you're going to have 2 different zeros there. You're going to have a 0 that is a +4 as well as a -4. And then with the multiplicity, 1 and 1. Now those might not be the right order on your assignment, but you kind of get the idea. And then this one will actually factor into x +2 and x -2, right? Difference of squares. So there's another 0 and another 0. Again, with multiplicities 1 and 1. There we go. Last but not least, though, is we have an x +3. So that's actually going to be a -3. It might be up here or here, don't know. Oh, that's multiplicity. So -3 with their 0, and then your multiplicity will be a +3 because of the how many times it shows up there. So 0 with -3 goes to multiplicity of 3. Ooh, we didn't, oh yeah, the y-intercept, I forgot on that one. So the y-intercept, basically, to find the y-intercept again, you plug in 0 for x, and so those go away, so you're just left with a -1, a 2, and a 3. You multiply those out. 2 times 3 is 6, and then 6 times -1 is a -6. So that'll be our y-intercept for this one. Our y-intercept for this one was, let's see here, I think we found it. So we plug in a 0, we plug in a 0, so it's just 4 times -5 is -20. That's how you find the y-intercept on these guys. And so this one's going to be a bit of a beast. Whoa, so many. So you're going to plug in a 0. That's going to make some things go away, which is really good. So you're just left with a -4 times 3, which is a -12. And then times a -16. Oh my goodness, what the heck is that? So then we're going to go and do -12 times -16. 92. So your y-intercept for this question number 4 or 5 is going to be 192. Cool. So then don't forget to do the this guy right here. So remember, to find this, you got to look at the end term. So this is x technically to the third power. So we have x squared from here. And then we have x to the third power technically, and then also x squared. And so you're basically multiplying those powers if you think about it. And so you'll end up with, you'll actually end up with adding those powers. So you end up with squared, third power, second power, add them all up. So what's that, 7? And so 7 is just like x to the third power. It's odd, and it's going to go in opposite directions. So that means as we go to the left, negative infinity, y is going to go to negative infinity. And as we go to the right, upwards to positive infinity. All right, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you. Have a good day. If you're getting this before the 4-day weekend, have a good 4-day weekend.